Here, right? Okay. You got it turned on?
Well, good afternoon again, everyone. Good to see you. Is there anyone here that does not have a handout that would like to get one? I guess everyone has one. As always, we start with a few, but we end up with several, plenty. So we are thankful for you coming to attend this. Sandra's been sharing with us some great ideas of how to improve our teaching and our strategies in our Sabbath school classes, in our classrooms. And I don't know about you, but I'm always looking for an edge in that field. So Sandra, thanks for being here to share that. It's also crazy how quickly time flies by. Tomorrow will be Thursday already. And that'll be our last session here. But thanks for coming today, and let's bow our heads, ask the Lord's blessing on our time together. Father, we pray for your presence to be with us today as Sandra continues to share with us some of her knowledge, some of her insights from her experiences, from her research. And we're blessed to be here to be a part of that today. So we ask your Holy Spirit to lead and guide her. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Hooray. So I have a question. Thursday is our last day?
That's what I've been told.
Oh, okay then.
Yes.
You guys, you just have to, yeah, you'll have to ask me to come back next year to do Friday.
Hey, as long as you're enjoying them, you sure.
Yeah. Well, we can hit the road earlier. We have a big trip ahead of us. All right. Well, welcome everyone. So today we're going to talk about strategies. What do you know about cooperative learning? We have some hints up there. Or why would you want to be doing active strategies and working together? Why might you like to do that? Even in a Sabbath school class. I do.
Working together.
Yeah.
There are more people engaged at one time.
Exactly. Because we all know of the classrooms of, I know the answer. Even, right? Yeah. And even, I think it was yesterday, I had some people telling me about their Sabbath school classes where one person dominates and how frustrated they feel. So you know that some people are doers and some people are reflectors. So the question is, do we spend enough time? Do we do enough things to engage the reflectors? Some people like to think a little bit before jumping right in. And I know sometimes even in your marriage, you have a reflector that's married to a doer. Somebody's smiling over here. I will say to my husband, what do you want to do about tomorrow? Where do you want to go or whatever? And if he doesn't answer within 5 minutes, I'm like, what do you want to do? He's like, give me some time to think about it. He's a reflector. I tend to just jump in. Oh, I should tell him the story about the air-to-air missile combat.
Sandra, a correction you pulled. I think Friday is going to happen.
Oh.
But tomorrow it's not. I was told it's not, but it's in the schedule, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Just let me know. Yeah. So I tend to be a doer, and I don't always think before I do it. I just figure if I'm in action, then it's probably a good thing. So we went to a Southern Union pastors meeting with all the pastors for the whole Southern Union. And when it was time for breakfast, I just confidently marched down from a hotel, marched into the convention center, marched into a room, went up there to start filling my plate. And in the meantime, he was looking around like, this doesn't quite look like the right place. But I'm a doer. I'm not a reflector. And my mind, if I'm doing the wrong thing, will just fill in the gaps as if I'm doing the correct thing. So there were two strange things about the room. One, they were all men. And I thought, well, that's strange because usually the pastors bring their wives down. All this was happening in a split second. But I was thinking, I guess all the wives are sleeping. Isn't that nice? Maybe the pastors are going to bring them a plate. The next thing that was odd was it was very, what do I want to say? Everyone was the exact same race. There was just something that it wasn't a mix that you'd see in an Adventist group. But I just marched up there and started filling my plate up with some good old, what I thought was stripples. In the meantime, Eric came into the room and he started noticing all these missiles in the side of the room, like weaponry. And he started getting a little nervous. Well, when I showed my card to get the breakfast, the woman said, "I've never seen a card like that." And I said, "Well, that's the card. It usually works. This is what we show when we get the meal." She said, "Well, that's strange. Let me go back here and check." So she went back into the kitchen area. So I followed her. Well, by this time, he's in a panic. My wife is in this room with all these weapons. Now she's in the back. And he kept saying, come on, we have to get out of here. Well, anyway, eventually we figured out it was a convention for air-to-air missile combat. So got out of there.
Wanted to get us out of there before we saw something that demanded they saw us release.
Right. So we then went to the other side, went to the pastor's bar, and later we were telling somebody about it. We wandered up to that part of the hall, and that's when somebody came out and told us all about it. And he said, "Look," he said, "we'll do what we need to do here, but you stay on the pastor's side and just keep praying for all of us on the other side of the building." So some of us are doers. Some of us are reflectors. So when we teach a class that's only for the doers, the first one to raise their hand, then we miss the class. The whole class misses out on what the reflectors might have to say. So that's why you want to do the very first strategy here, which is a think, pair, share. And you see on your paper on page 6, at the bottom, slide 18, you can fill in there, think, pair, share. I've seen this done a lot, but usually they do not do it correctly. They do not allow for the reflectors. A lot of people think that if I tell your partner what you feel about this, that it's a think, pair, share. No. The way you have to do it is ask a question and give a full minute, and you'll be surprised. The doers have a real hard time with that full minute. It's almost painful. But you give a full minute to think, and then you begin to speak. Then you time that for 2 minutes. The other person is not interjecting. And then, so it's very controlled how we're going to do it and I'll give you the question and we're going to do this. So if you look at the bottom of your paper, it's time, you'll think for 1 minute. Then you find a friend. So you'll walk around, and sometimes people do hand up, pair up, and once you find the friend, then you share for 2 minutes and then you switch. And usually you do something like the person with the shortest hair can start talking first or something, so you know which one is going to talk first. All right. In fact, I think I have a timer on here. But let's just look. So you talk to the person beside you, and you're going to talk about what was your experience like as a new Christian. Now, maybe you grew up as a Seventh-day Adventist, but so then you're thinking about as a child, what was your experience like? Or maybe you had a conversion experience. So I'm going to go on the internet and give a timer, and I want you to think about that question for a minute. What was your experience like as a new Christian? All right. So I'll go to the minute part. Yep, I think I have it on. All right. Okay, you're going to think for 2 minutes. Oh, did I put 1?
Zero.
Okay, so nobody can talk while that's on. Here we go. Okay, if you're a doer, that was probably the hardest thing you did all camp meeting. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is have you stand up, pair up. So you stand up, find somebody, slap 5, and then when I say go, the person with the shortest hair will have 2 minutes to share. And then when I say switch, you'll switch. Okay? So stand up, pair up, find somebody. Yep, stand up, hand up, pair up.
She wants to mingle?
Eric, you're supposed to be mingling now. Find somebody. You may find Rachel. Go ahead. Rachel doesn't have anybody to talk to. He doesn't do this. Find somebody else.
Right over here. So
Okay, wait till I say go because I have to get the 2 minutes. All right, ready, go. Person with the shortest hair.
and he just basis this services. So baby, no, it's ah, um, he's what never real is here. Such what is it? Or is the repeated thick? Oh, right. Speed for one. Be in. Rapists, some music, get on and let's see. Okay, that's always it.
Okay, you have 5 more seconds until you switch.
Really?
And switch. The other partner should share now. Opposite partner share.
Yeah.
Opposite partner share.
Hook stand up. I know, I keep. It's sweaty. He's like, yeah, sweaty. It's so he puts in some feel positive. I know issue in weight. Even we got all shoes didn't we? Listen, these are so there is pro coverage is fairly new period.
5 seconds.
Waiting.
Okay. That was your first think, fair, share if you haven't done it before. All right. You can go back to your seats.
So, oh, you got those papers. Go. So they that. Sure. That's chip.
You like that?
Well, yeah, turned out okay. So smells good as well.
That worked okay. Are you a reflector or a doer?
I'm gonna ignore everything. Just go.
Right. That's a quadrant.
Oh, I did something this week. I can't think what it was.
Right. Right. You just dive right in. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So how many here are reflectors? Okay. So you got a chance to have a little time and to be the one speaking. How many are doers? All right. Okay. Okay. I see some people pointing to their partners.
You got to get it done.
Yeah. Right. You don't worry. Thinking is a waste of time. Just get it done. All right. So that's something that you can use. And that way everybody gets to have a time. Otherwise, we doers maybe would dominate or something and wouldn't leave a chance for other people. So it's good. It's good to do that. I do that in my Sabbath school class, contemporary class, and I'm always surprised at the people who normally don't say anything, how insightful they actually are once you give them a chance. Did you have something?
I just want to say you can be right in the middle because every time I've taken the test, I'm like either 14
Okay. Yeah.
on the other side.
Yeah, you can. Yeah. It's not either or.
How was it, Irish?
That's a very good point. And nobody's all good and nobody's all bad. And we could talk all about that sometime too. All right. So the next thing that I'm going to give you, let's get back to the slides. Back to here. Slideshow from the current. All right. So now you know how to do a think, pair, share. Would you be brave enough to do that teaching a Sabbath school class? What about you're teaching a class and every seat in here is full? Could you still do it?
Yeah.
That's exactly when you want to do it. Otherwise, you're going to wind up with 2 sermons, and nobody likes that. Really, I'm so happy I came to Sabbath school, and now I get an extra sermon, said nobody ever. So just remember that if you're teaching. All right. I'm going to show you a high school class. Oh, I don't know if we'll have the volume. Did we ever figure out the volume thing? Okay. This is one of the schools in Atlanta, and this is from our secondary curriculum. And the question here is, why do people silence their conscience in the face of injustice or wrongdoing? And what gives people courage to break from groupthink? Here's the microphone. And actually, the volume it's not even as important, but just look at the engagement of these high school students is mainly what I want you to see.
Read that for me.
Oh, good.
Why do people silence their conscience in the face of the injustice or wrongful?
That's a good question. Why do people get quieted? So this is what I want you to do. Please quietly and quickly get into groups of 2s and discuss this question. And I'm going to turn on my timer, flip this over, and when all of this is out, then we'll come back together and discuss your...
She didn't give them their thinking time, you notice, but...
All right, please get in groups of 2s and face each other and answer that first question.
I just like to see the kids so engaged, especially when I write the curriculum at home and I don't know how it's going to...
Big that we just
It's kind of stuff to cry. Sign. Spray. I don't say up you though, he's seriously just see right do all you try to break it.
Look at these two. He's leaning on the desk, you know. I just like that clip because that's the whole goal when you're teaching is for the students to be engaged. So it shows how that can work. Now I want to talk about the next strategy.
So one kid was slightly there, was
Yeah.
and it never changed.
Oh, well, who knows after.
The other person was she didn't change the clip.
Yeah. Yeah. If we had extended the clip, yeah, then you would see switch. Yeah. Yeah. And they were doing some good listening, I thought, too. I liked the way that kid was leaning over. Uh-huh.
I didn't see that.
Right. That's what was missing. The teacher didn't do the think, pair, share really accurately because she did not give them the think time. Correct. She did the pair share. That's what I said. It's very rare to see somebody do it accurately. I think people are uncomfortable with the silence at the beginning or something, and they skip that part. Exactly. All right. The next thing I want to teach you is continuum, and you'll see that on page 7. So continuum is gradations. You can fit in the word gradations from one point to another. Whenever you have a topic that people can line up according to a range of responses, then you can use a continuum. And I do this for my Sabbath school class as well. So we're going to talk a little bit about that before we make our continuum. So when do you use a continuum? You would never use a continuum for a yes or no question, and you can see that there on your sheet, slide 21. If it's a yes or no question, it's obviously not a continuum because there's not a gradation of answers. If the teacher has the one right answer, it's pointless. If it's too personal, you would never say, let's make a continuum based on who passed the test and who flunked or something, because then you're going to, you don't want to do something that would ever put someone in an embarrassing situation. Or if it causes a negative comparison, you do not use a continuum if one side of the continuum is better than the other side. It has to be something that is open-ended enough that everything is equally acceptable. Otherwise, we're back to if you're saved, go to that wall, and if you're lost, go to that wall kind of thing. We're not doing that. Okay, but here's the kinds of times you would use it. If the question invites a range of responses, if people can feel comfortable expressing themselves, if this is a comfortable and safe setting, if it generates a healthy comparison, those are the ways you do it. Now, I can tell you a story on my dad. My dad was one of the most optimistic people you ever met. He had a very difficult childhood, but he always said, you just keep moving forward. No matter what happened to him, he was just that way by nature. And I think he was a survivor. I think, you look at resilience and people that are resilient that had a very tough background. And my dad just had that in him. He was always very positive. And my brother is like that. My brother, Mark, oh my goodness, he is just so optimistic and positive. And sometimes I'm guilty of it myself. But so my dad was a brittle diabetic, and he was living with us at the end of his life. And he had congestive heart failure. And there were times when he would like fall out of bed and all of this. And I think it was a Sabbath morning. And let me just tell you, I was trying to teach a young adult class, and it happens to me every time. It morphs into something else. And you're like, how am I even going to attract young adults? So I was a little miffed that now my dad's in a wheelchair and I have to wheel him into this class where I'm trying to get young adults. So the first thing everybody sees is an old man in a wheelchair. I'm like, I'm trying to get 20-year-olds in here. And then other people saw that I wheeled my dad in. So they thought, oh, well, that's great. So they started wheeling people in beside my dad. And I'm like, this is not a young adults class anymore. But anyway, so that particular Sabbath morning, Eric had gone in and he had to help Dad because Dad had fallen out of bed. And, my dad's from Brooklyn, he was like, that ain't nothing. So anyway, I decided that morning I had planned what I was going to do for Sabbath school because it was about something about Christians helping one another or something. So I said, we're going to form a continuum. In our lives, we all go through phases. Sometimes we are the helper, the one that is helping others, and sometimes we're at the bottom of our rope. We really need a lot of help. So I said, this wall is, if you, at the extreme part, all the way to that wall, you feel like right now you feel very strong and very confident and your life is going well and you're helping other people. This wall, that extreme, is you're so fragile right now. You just feel broken and crushed and need help. And line yourselves up on the continuum where you are. So the class is lining themselves up. Here's my dad. What's going on? And so I explain it, Dad, this wall, that wall. He says, what wall is what? I said, that wall, that extreme wall, is if you are the one that is helping everyone else. And the man who fell out of bed that morning said, wheel me on that wall. That was my dad, the optimist. Another time when he fell out of bed, he was bleeding. His face looked like he had a raccoon mask. And my sister kept telling him. And he said, what? And then she showed him in the mirror. He said, that ain't nothing. You ought to see the other guy. So that was just my dad. So I hope that helps you understand continuums a little bit because we are going to make one. So you ask a question with thank you of responses. Participants line up from one wall to the other. Yes. The teacher, okay, this at the end, I'll show you this part. The teacher stands at one end of the line, etc. But you don't need to worry about that part yet. I think I have your question. Okay. This is going to be your question. Once camp meeting's over, what is waiting for you back home? So on a scale of 1 to 10-ish, how much stress do you feel about getting everything done when you get back home from camp meeting? How much stress is waiting for you there? If you have no stress at all, let's see, we'll do it. Yeah, we can do it up here. I'll get this out of the way. If you have no stress at all, you're going to be plastered right to this wall, this thing here. If you feel extremely, here's a pin or something. Someone's going to feel so stressed too. I don't know how much room everybody's going to take up. Do you think to this many people, or do we need more? Yeah. So but if you feel like once you get out of the car, it's all going to descend upon you, come to this. And halfway would be around here. So everybody stand up and line yourselves up. No stress is waiting for you. A medium amount of stress is waiting for you.
I'm in the middle.
Okay, all right. You're going to the stressful side of life. Everybody's fighting to be the last one.
But there is a reason why.
Well, you'll have your chance. Okay. Right, he's already trying to justify his case.
Hey, that's right.
I didn't even realize it. Am I that hard to live with? Well, I was thinking at first that all the men don't have any stress except for him, but I'm thinking that, or no, wait, yeah, but no, I guess it is equally balanced. All right. Okay. So then here's what you do. You follow me. Everybody follow the person in front of you. Okay. You're in the middle here. Okay. All right. So you two go after her before him.
Okay.
Okay.
The line.
Now go to the person immediately. You're opposite him. You two are opposite. You two are opposite. You should end up opposite somebody. Okay. Now wait, keep going until you're opposite somebody. Okay, so you two. And no. Wait, are you? Oh, wait. You two.
What's your name?
You two. And then I'll go across from you. Okay, now you explain to the person why you chose. Explain to the person why you're standing where you are. Okay, where were you in the middle? I was about so to the stressed out end. Okay, how come?
Well, I'm 4. My belly is having surgery. She's 8. So she was 69. She had custody the class and supposed to have a 0 years that she felt this wondering. And then I think it made her wait. So as a child, it's terrible. So I was tired and realized myself, okay, what you gotta do is
Exactly, that's what happens every time.
and then she's if we think the idea is if is this again we think you ever know there's Jay for start tells by enough. So it's stressful, but the things are 25%. They go all
Yeah.
well, I'm just kind of like stuck in their 55 community, and there's a lovely keyword device. And here's things to do. And my biggest stress is going to be going to, yeah, I work for this. So, no, it's a stun you. So, no, I have to care for my, bring the high main there. I'm looking for us.
How come she's so high maintenance? I mean, what about her makes her high maintenance? She demands, she's
independent. So, when she was 69, she get up beyond that by herself. They were going to have to, like, stay here this time. Yeah. It's all optimistic about everything. Sorry, guys. We have to get this all time. And maybe he'd be like, oh, shoes left. Hey, just give us a little medicine or another that. No, I have to be the one that's asked that. No more medicine for you. Can we use the bed pass and get it? That's stress.
I gotcha. Yeah. I'm not in too bad of stress. We're heading up to Connecticut where we have family. We'll have a good time. My only stress is that my coworker, Yvette, came up with this idea of this oratorical contest where, people from all the high schools come and preach and have this big preach off. And it's stressful because I have to get people to sign up because I kind of called her bluff. I said, well, you can present it to the sponsors. And I thought they would say no. And then they said yes. And it's a lot of money invested in it because we have to fly videographers all over the country. I mean, it's a lot of money. And so if it flops, it's a problem. So that's my little bit of stress is I'm going to be calling every school continually. And there's some people you just cannot get in touch with. There's some superintendents, they don't return the calls, they don't answer the email. So that's the only bit of stress I'm facing. Well, and of course, I have a son who's very sick, but he has been for most of his life. And right now it could be getting worse, but somehow God, it just gets me through that. But, it just is what it is. But that's not easy. Anyway, that's what's going on with me. How am I ever going to tear everybody apart? I wonder if they've all had a chance. So how do I know when everybody's done? They're all still talking. I mean, chicken whole house.
since it's
That one guy at the beginning of the line, man, he is smiling and he should be. He has zero stress. It's ridiculous. Yeah, when you're ready, go ahead and sit down. Yeah.
Perfectly. But anyway,
Whenever you're ready, you can take your seats. I hate to interrupt them because everyone's having a good time. Look at that guy. My husband was at the end of the line. No, that's because his doctor put this ridiculous heart monitor on him, and he doesn't even have a heart problem. I don't know why he did it. And so he's just stressed out because he has to keep it on for 9 more days. And it's like itchy, the stuff that he has to wear on it. And we're not going home after this. So he's like counting down the days when you just get the thing in the mail and be done with it. And he said it's like counterproductive because it makes him not get any exercise because then he sweats and the thing could fall off. So he just wants the stupid thing off. How'd you like that?
I like that. Very interesting.
Good.
And where is
William.
no?
What had thought? So very dad needs to say, what if you was on?
Paperwork. I thought I had the paper argument.
Mm-hmm. How'd you like that one? Continuing? So you could do it for anything, like for a connecting activity for a Sabbath school class. And the next one that I'm going to show you is a variation of this. And when I was actually teaching young adults, and they were young adults, they introduced me to this next thing. But it's a way for people to be able to express their opinions. It can be an icebreaker, a good icebreaker.
Okay, you're not really trying to get everybody's opinion about something.
You can. I mean, you could ask how you feel about, well, I'm going to have some things about music in here, Christian music. I mean, there's a number of things you could. Were you raising her?
Yeah, no, I was just going to say that I think this one especially is great for people with differing opinions and getting to share them, because when you have your own opinion, that's all you're really thinking about. And talking to somebody on the other end of the continuum, I think is just a great opportunity to see a different side of the story.
We weren't forcing listening during this time. We were just sharing.
Yeah, but part of sharing is then you listen to the other person.
I hope.
Some people, well, not one, are not necessarily listening. They're just, when she says that, good.
We're sharing opinions about things that we dip because you ended up with somebody from this end and somebody.
Right. The two extreme ends.
I don't think there was.
Well, they're not trying. I hope you weren't trying to convince somebody else to be stressed out.
You see some conflicts and we get into a fist fight.
Everybody wants his life. He was like right to the non-stress. All right. Yeah. The point of it wasn't to convince someone else to be stressed out. Just okay. I'm going to show you a little variation of this that the teenagers taught me, and they loved this. This one girl named Chelsea was in the class. She said, I want to have everybody come to my house. And she lives in Florida. They have the homeowners communities. So they have the community center, and she reserved it. She kept saying it. She was like, I think 19 years old. And I don't know why she was so excited. She couldn't wait to do this agree, disagree thing. And she made the whole thing up. But anyway, with this is called spectrum, and it's kind of a variation of continuum. So you have a place that's strongly disagree, somewhat disagree, somewhat agree, strongly agree. Normally you put tape on the floor. Now this one's really interesting because the point is once you line up, the people in the different rows will say why they're there, and they're trying to convince people to come over to their row. And when we did this, actually some people did change my mind, and I changed where I was standing. So I'm going to give you a question in a minute. If you strongly disagree with it, you're going to be here. So the front of the room, the stronger you disagree. So you'll be, let's see, should we just do it on this side? Depending, if you have enough people. But strongly disagree with what I'm going to say, you're here. If you disagree, you're in the second row, the next row. If you somewhat disagree, you're here. If you somewhat agree, you're here. If you agree, you're the next one, and strongly agree, you're the last one. Okay?
That was great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes?
I think I somehow missed
Okay.
the concept which we talked about yesterday. What's the point of this continuum discussion? I'm actually not.
So this is going to, when I give you the question, it'll probably be a lot more obvious. But this is if you have an issue and you want to give people an opportunity to talk about it, and they all feel differently. Okay? And especially, this really does work well with teenagers that really want a chance to talk. It just so happened when I took over this young adults, they hadn't had a class, and there was so many issues they wanted to talk about. And so they asked to do this, and they loved it. So, all right. So remember, strongly disagree. When I give you the issue, you're going to figure out where you are, and then if you're somewhat disagree, for example, then you're going to go 1, 2, 3. You're going to be standing here. And what the young woman that taught this to me, she had a list of like 10 questions that she'd been waiting to discuss. And every time we finished one, she was on to the next. And some of them, I was kind of surprised with some of the questions and how some of the teenagers felt. It gave me a window into how they were thinking. It really gives you a window into people's thoughts. All right, you ready for the question? Yeah. All right, the question is, music at church should vary from traditional to contemporary. All right, so stand up. If you strongly disagree with that, you're here. If you disagree, you're here, etc. So line up in your rows. And sometimes everybody's in one area except one person. Okay. Okay, that's okay. So you're in row, you're not sure.
Well, I'm in the disagree part.
Okay, you're in strongly disagree or disagree?
Disagree.
Okay, so you're in the second row. All right. Let me just make sure I know where everybody is. You may be a loner, so you may have to convince some people to come up here in a minute. You're in somewhat disagree. Okay, somewhat disagree.
She may be leaving.
Maybe leaving. I'll be up here with you.
Okay, you're disagree, but nobody's strongly disagree. You're with the disagree. Okay, you two are here. You're here. Are you all somewhat? Okay, so go beside. This time we're trying to go horizontal so we can tell. Yeah, you can go beside so we can tell what row everybody's in. You two are in agree, and you're in strongly agree. All right, so you two convince somebody to come over to your row. Tell them why you would disagree. All right. Well, no, I mean, make an impassioned plea to the group and see if anyone wants to come join you. Why did you pick it?
I picked it because contemporary music goes a lot with rhythm. Rhythm goes with body. The other part is inspiration. The traditional goes with more inspiration. And I believe that goes more with a godlike figure.
Anybody want to come over and join him? Did he convince anybody? All right. You didn't get anybody on there. All right. So this is the somewhat disagree. You want to see if maybe one of these disagree people will come over to somewhat disagree, or maybe one of these somewhat agree. Yeah, try to convince somebody.
I somewhat disagree, I somewhat disagree. Where am I at? Because different music appeals to different people, and we need to. There are times that we kind of need to change up what we're doing so that others may come into, the liking. I mean, we don't need to be close-minded. We can have our own likes and dislikes, but for other people's sake, let's give it a chance.
I think you just convinced yourself to move over to somewhat agree.
Well, no, I mean, I don't like contemporary, but I thought I was right in the middle. What do you see? Well, I am between these two rows.
She's trying to get you into their row.
Got chocolate. Who wants to come up?
He's got something. Oh, she really does have chocolate.
Whoa.
Oh my goodness. This is bribery. Okay, go ahead. You have something.
I think that question is very difficult because I find that I define traditional different than another person finds traditional. In contemporary, I find it different at times too because I think it's a loaded question that has to be interpreted before you can answer it.
Yeah. It is a loaded question. I was trying to get everybody going a little bit. Okay, go ahead.
We had a pastor at my church back in 93. And he was a young fella. And he was very nice, whatever. And he was a little bit on the go-getting side. And then one day, as I was running the bulletins off at the church, he said, "Miss Susie, I'd like to ask you a question." I says, "Okay." He says, "What would you think if we became a celebration church?" And I looked at him right funny. I says, "Well, the ones that's in the church right now are more the plain old truth tradition."
That's right.
I would not. I says, "I would stay, but I'd try to get you not to convince it to go that way." I says, "And I know we didn't have many families in the church." I says, "And I know about half of the folks would either walk away or ask you to leave."
Oh, and so what did he do? He took counsel?
He said, "Oh, okay. I was just wondering." So,
Okay, all right. All right. How about the somewhat agree people? I think you might be able to get this one over to your group.
I think she's using.
Oh, I'll take the chocolate.
I don't understand. I don't understand.
Oh, I have to. Oh,
Between
I just got.
what disagree and somewhat agree.
Okay.
He's like the same.
Yeah, it's pretty similar. It is pretty similar. Okay, go ahead. You somewhat agree people. See if you can get somebody over there.
I personally tend a little bit towards the more traditional music, but at the same time, I have seen some very traditional music just sung terrible. You feel like I'm just gonna fall asleep. I would rather see a lot more happy, lively chorus going. But
You just said amen. Get over to their row.
Well, I agree with her idea, but I'm still somewhat disagreeing.
You guys are all. Nobody wants to move. Wow.
It's really hard because not everybody interprets that the same art.
What about you, a guy with no stress in your life? Go over and join him.
I would like to. That would be stress.
He doesn't want to have any stress introduced. He has no stress right now. All right.
I would like to add to her point.
Okay, go ahead.
Somewhat. So I believe that in our Christian walk, the traditional and the contemporary, if we have a variation of numbers, I think that I somewhat agree because everybody's in a different spiritual walk at different. So we should allow for those to grow in that aspect that they believe that whichever one is better would choose, that it's the best one for
Oh, you just said okay. Do you want to go over that? Did she convince you?
I think she's a portion of you, or called portion.
She's conflicted. Go over there. Give him this. Yay! A brave person has just entertained a new. You convinced somebody. Woo! Okay. All right. Let's quickly go to the other two lines. Agree.
Agree is for somewhat agree. We are all different people. Sure, that's right. Yeah. We are all different places in our life. We are young, we are old, we are conservative, we are liberal. Yeah.
Okay, so
reflect who we are.
I think you just convinced her. What are you doing in somewhat agree? Don't you think should be an agree? All right, go down. Hey, you convinced somebody. All right, what about you strongly agree people? Then I got to
What did the lady saying in the very front?
Susie. Okay, Susie, I'm not going to ask your age. I'm going to tell you my age, though. Oh, it's all right. I am 54, and when I hit 54, just this last November, it really hit me because I had heard sometime through last year or two that the average age of the Seventh Adventist Church is 54. Okay.
Oh, she's the average age.
Even though I personally would take a more traditional view on music, and Catherine's going to slap me upside the face for this. I went to a church in Chapel Hill, and first Sabbath of the month was like Caribbean music with the drums and stuff. Maybe second Sabbath of the month was like, I went there. I went there. They did the whole 9 yards, the whole, electric guitar. But then like the third Sabbath of every month was just the children. And it was just like almost a cappella. And then the fourth Sabbath of the month was just like, as the dear parted board. Now, there was really no hymns, although the preacher did preach one Sabbath on the old hymnal songs and reference some hymns. But anyway, and I just wanted a different church to go to because my church, Douglasville, is so conservative. Like, here's the hymnal. And it's not even up on the screen, okay? So I tried that church for almost 3 weeks. But then I didn't like one of the Sabbaths, so then I marked my calendar that I wouldn't go back on the second Sabbath of the month, okay? Because I didn't like it.
That is the most easy.
But was
What? The church? It's not that personally. Was you and me all those.
oh, so she's saying the age thing. Okay, all right. So you can see that this activity could get people a little wound up. So everyone, sit down.
I have a totally inverted answer to your question here. I'd be standing up front, but for the totally opposite reason.
Ah,
I want all contemporary music, not traditional.
oh, okay. So you'd be in this strongly.
I could probably convince some of them to come up front because they would probably appreciate contemporary music all the time.
Oh, so you're saying you strongly disagree because you think it should just be contemporary. There you go. So it's a good activity if it's a safe environment, you're building safety and trust, and people can be open about their opinions. Oh, okay.
I just want to say, I feel like variety is the spice of life. We don't have to do it one way all the time.
Yeah. Okay. Did she convince anybody to go back?
Sabbath. We'll have all kinds of music on one seat.
Anybody convinced to go back there? Go ahead.
I'd like to say, when you're
Oh, no. That's okay.
I'd like to say something.
Okay.
At our church, we happen to, I know every church is not blessed with the musicians that we happen to have.
Yeah.
Okay. But I have listened to traditional songs played with so much life in them.
Yes.
But it takes
Yes.
this musician to do it.
Right.
But I think it's a mistake to try and adjust your your church with music.
Yeah.
But I think it's important to bring life into any music.
Yes.
And it doesn't have to be the type of contemporary that seems to get on
Right.
people's nerves.
Right, but put some life
I
into it.
think pizzazz put in traditional songs.
Yes.
Not crazy. And we have a lot of young people at our church.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
like the music.
That hear the energy and the yeah. Okay, so the topic is not contemporary versus traditional music. The topic is spectrum game. I'm teaching you a game. So I don't want you to come out of here and think that the workshop was on music styles. That was an illustration of the, which is a concept. So don't get lost in the details. And I got a piece of chocolate out of it. So it's all good now. I didn't know that somebody was going to try to bribe people. So they're okay.
No, only he got program. What we're supposed to do was
Rachel,
Right. But I picked a landmine on purpose and it did. Everybody did have different ways of looking at it. So, okay. This comes from one of our curricula. I believe this is in our 3rd and 4th grade curricula, 3-4B. This is Would You Rather. Now, the kids circle the one and talk to other kids about it. But for you, I'm going to read you both of them and stand for the one that you'd rather do. So this is another thing you could do that can get conversations going. Would you rather? So these are going to be your 2 options. Go to another country to tell people about Jesus or share my faith here at home. All right? So stand. Again, I don't normally do it with stand, but in the interest of time, stand if you would rather. It's going to be another country versus here at home. Stand if you would rather go to another country to tell people about Jesus. All right? Okay? You just want to get out of the house because you have 2 kids. Send me to China. Okay? All right. Go ahead and sit down. Stand if you'd rather share your faith here at home. Wow, so we don't have a lot of courageous people.
you like.
Then you could stand for both. That's okay. Go ahead. All right. Next one is going to be stand if you'd rather share with others about Jesus' role as our judge, or you'd rather share with others about Jesus' role in creating the world. Okay. Stand if you would rather share with others about Jesus' role as judge. Oh. You guys have to read my blog, 5 Reasons to Celebrate the Judgment.
Yeah.
That is on 3angelsforkids.org.
That's why I understand.
Yeah.
It's a good news, not the bad.
Exactly. It's a beautiful thing. He wipes our slate clean. That's something to celebrate. Okay, stand if you'd rather share with others about Jesus' role in creating the world, which should be all of you because you didn't stand for the other thing. Some people are just tired. Remain seated if you're totally exhausted and do not have the energy to stand. All right, the next one is, would you rather explain the meaning of the symbols in the 3 angels' messages, or would you rather explain where to find the 3 angels' messages and why God sent them to us? Okay, stand if you'd rather explain the meaning of the symbols in the 3 angels' messages. All right? And stand if you'd rather explain where to find the 3 angels' messages and why God sent them to us. Yeah, that's fine. Or raise your hand. Okay. All right. Next, would you rather draw a picture about the 3 angels' messages, or would you rather write a song about the 3 angels' messages? Stand if you'd rather draw the picture.
Let's not say we are artists.
It's like, which of the 2? All right. Stand if you'd rather write the song. Oh, we got some songwriters among us. All righty. Okay. Next. Would you rather tell a story in church about the love of Jesus or tell a friend about the love of Jesus? Stand if you want to tell a story in church. Yeah, I know. I'm getting into my doer mode because I'm looking at the time. All right. Reflect for a minute. Reflect. You're either going to get to tell a story or tell a friend about the love of Jesus. You want to tell a story in church? Stand. Oh, you just need a reflecting time. Thank you. All right. You can sit down. Stand if you'd rather tell a friend about the love of Jesus. All right. Good. And the last one, it's going to be, would you rather help a friend make the right decision or explain my beliefs to a friend? Stand if you'd rather help a friend make the right decision. Oh, boy. Everybody almost. And then stand if you'd rather explain your beliefs to a friend. Wow. Okay. All right. So that's would you rather. Let's see. We have one other thing, and I think we just about have time to do it. This is called rally table. And that is when you want to get a conversation started. You could do this at the beginning. A lot of these are connecting activities that you do at the beginning, and then you get into your more factual parts of your lesson. All right. So rally table. In rally table, the teacher asks questions which leads to a list of answers. A lot of the things that we have done, it leads to a big discussion. This just leads to a list. You're trying to generate a list. Person number 1 writes something on a piece of paper, passes it to person number 2. Person number 2 adds to the list, passes it to person number 3. You continue passing the paper until the teacher says to stop. Now, your question is going to be this. Provide examples of people who have shown grace. It could be through history, could be in the Bible, it could be in your own life. So I'm going to have you do this quickly. And when you do this, there's only one piece of paper and one pen because you're only wanting to generate one list. So let's see, how many people are in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
First, if you were in a bigger group, could you have like 2? Like in my classroom, I've done it. Like I had 4 tables.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you will. I'm seeing how many are in here because the first day I did a crazy thing where I had everybody number 1, 2, 3 because I was trying to make groups of 3. So then I needed to have them or something got mixed up. But anyway, so I think, or no, I don't know what I did, but I got to make sure I don't do it now. Yeah. So, and
Right. 1 through 8, it made 3 groups.
right. Yes, that was the correct way to do it. Yeah, let's not talk about the incorrect way. All right, so if there's 18 people and we want groups of 3 or 4, we're going to count to 6. All right, are you two in on this or no? Yes? Okay. 1, 2, remember your number. 1 is not too hard to remember. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are you in on it? No, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Did I get to you yet? Yeah. Okay. 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. The ones go to Eric. Yes.
I'm remembering my number.
Okay. Good. And you have the pad, so you're all. Oh, you got a good guy in your group. He is ready to go. Okay. The 2s go to Pastor Haskell. All right. 3s come over here to Miss Rachel. He's bringing the paper too. All right. This is great. If you need the paper, tell me because I have some. You're the 4s. 4s right here. 5s. You're 6s. Okay. All right. So I need to give paper to who gives it to. And then when I say go, you just start passing it. He's got the paper. Okay. He said you look like a fool. What is my All right.
Looking like a 0.
Oh, good. She has the paper. Are you a 4?
I'm a 3.
Oh, I don't know. No. All right. I'm going to let you use this so you have a backing too, if you want to write it on there. Okay. And then you just keep passing it. You write a name, pass it, write a name, pass it. Where's the ones?
That's it.
It looks like it's good. No, it's groups of 3 because 3, 3, 3. Yeah, so you just write one thing, pass it.
Only the 6.
Wait, he's 6s?
He's 6s.
Okay, 3, 3.
Because
Okay.
I just 2.
Oh, yeah, all right. So I'll just be in your group. Thank you. Okay, but does everybody have the paper? Do you need a piece of paper?
3.
Okay. You two go ahead and start, and then I'll come over and back to yours. Okay, I need to get a paper to pass that. So one person just writes it, then pass it to the next.
Oh, yes. This side.
Okay. Who said they needed paper? Okay. So, you guys, are you doing it correctly? One person writes it, passes the paper to the next person, passes the paper to the next person. Okay. So you need, but whose binder is that? You need something to have it. Okay. All right.
Yes, I read that.
You have to pass the paper.
The same.
Question. Yes. So you write something, pass it to her. She writes something, pass it to him. You're trying to pass it as quickly as you can to get a good list.
Yeah. Well,
It's provide examples of people who've shown grace through any of those contexts. Yeah.
Got it.
Okay. Sweet. You two are just a group of two. You're fully competent of doing it. You want to be passing it fast so that you can. Oh, can you? You're maxed out.
May.
It's fine.
Wait, he said, clock called.
Yeah, you just as quickly as you can. Oh wow, this group looks like they're in the lead here with all these.
That who were very curious. I thought, let's see. So, apparently,
Yeah, you're trying to just as quickly as you can. Good. Good. Yep. Yep, you're just as quickly as you can, getting as many names on that list as you can.
need more.
Okay, I think you got the idea of that. So, you can stay in your groups for a minute. So, what we do just for fun with this one is you can read your names, and if someone else has the same, anybody else has the same name, cross that one off, and then let's see who has the most unique that no other group had. So, we're going to stop. And we'll start with you. Read your list. And if anyone else has that, cross it off your list.
All right.
Okay.
Jesus.
Anyone else have Jesus on their list? No? Yes? Okay. So someone had it. So you're going to cross it off. That almost doesn't sound right. I know. Okay. Anyway. I'm just trying to give you an idea of one way to do this exercise. Okay, go ahead.
Abraham Lincoln.
Anyone else have Abraham Lincoln? Somebody does. Both of you have to cross it off.
Oh, so everybody who has it?
Everybody who has it has to cross it off.
Man, this one's more generic. Friends.
Anyone just have the word friends? All right, you got it.
John the Revelator.
You got it?
Abraham.
Yep, they have to cross it off, and you have to cross it off.
Her husband.
Okay.
I guess it could be, yeah.
Yeah, no, but she's putting a specific person. If anyone knows Mr. Joe Frashino and has him on their list, they're going to have to cross him off. He does show a lot of grace. Okay, so how many do you end up with? 2? 3. Okay, go ahead from your group.
My mother.
Okay, anyone have her mother on the list? All right, go.
I said my mother.
Oh, your mother. Okay, sorry. I thought she said her mother. All right, go ahead.
No, nobody.
Florence Nightingale.
Florence Nightingale? No, you got it.
My mother.
Her mother.
Said mother, so.
Okay.
Well, stepfather.
Okay, his stepfather, somebody's stepfather.
Esther in the Bible.
Esther, they have it.
Was that your teacher?
Yes.
Her teacher? Okay. Anybody have her teacher? Okay. I mean, I'm probably not giving you the right example of, when you cross them off, because this, obviously, I said you can put personal people.
Yeah, personal person.
A personal person.
Mr. Wheaton.
Mr. Wheaton, as in John Wheaton, that used to be the principal of Forest Lake.
Well, he was at Sligo. He was our Pathfinder leader when I was at Sligo Elementary.
Oh, okay. Anyone have Mr. Wheaton on the list? All right, you got him.
I think it's the same one. Yeah.
Really? Huh. Interesting. All right, go ahead.
Ruth in the water. You got it.
Wow, they have a lot of them that other people have. Okay, go ahead.
This one said my dad.
All right. Anybody have whose dad was it? Anybody have her dad? Okay. All right, got it.
Bible teacher.
Anybody have his Bible teacher? Who was it? Anyone have Richard Cadavero? Okay, go ahead.
What?
David in the Bible? No? Go ahead.
Oh, we had David, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Who?
My father-in-law is yeah.
Oh, my dad. Anyone have James Finley? Oh, you should have. Okay, go ahead.
General U.S. Grant.
Anybody? Okay.
That's Grant. That's a good one. Mom?
Anybody have her? What's her name? Anyone have Mary White? Okay.
Be any mom.
Yeah, I know. Right. Right. But we're going to leave Mary White on there as a tribute to her. Okay. Paul?
In the Bible.
No? Okay.
My English teacher
Is who?
was Mr. Hostel.
Anybody? Mr. Hostetler going once?
Okay. Pastor Art.
Yes, my pastor.
Oh, Pastor Art. Okay. All right.
When I was a teenager.
Oh, you're a pastor when you were a teenager? Oh, Russell Vaughn? Anybody for Russell Vaughn? Okay.
And my pastor sends me.
And you remember his name?
Yeah, pastors.
Okay. All right. Any more? That's it?
Oh.
Okay, what do you got back here?
Aside from all those that got crossed off.
Correct.
Desmond Doss. Daniel.
A South Carolina judge in Newberry. Most.
Okay. I like that South Carolina judge in Newberry. Thinks there's everybody right. There is a story there. Okay, go ahead.
Abigail. Nabal's wife.
Oh, okay.
Highway patrol. Another story.
Jonathan.
In regard to protecting David.
Yeah, Jonathan. That's what you had left after they decimated your list. Okay. Well, how about you two?
Mother Teresa.
It's a good one.
Joseph in the Bible. Janet, my wife.
Anybody have his wife down? Okay.
That was our list.
Okay, after everybody decimated. Yeah. Wait, we did everybody, right? Okay, so anyway, that's how you can do rally table. And you don't have to do the cross out part if you don't want to. That's just one part of it. But there are many things that could be a spin-off of that. You could mix the groups up again, pick one person on your list, tell why you put on there. But again, that's if you were going to start a unit on grace, then it gets people thinking about grace. So that's another cooperative learning. Yes, correct. See, they all know concepts now. They know the difference between a concept, content, and a connect. If they were good students, they do. All right, that does it. It's 3:15. Tomorrow we're going to talk about graphic organizers, structures to embed learning. And here is a hint. Let's hope you have your handout with your filled in answers, because that's going to be part of the instructional piece. But if you don't, we will assign you a buddy. Yeah, you never want the point of the classroom to put somebody on the spot. All right, so we will have our closing prayer. I hope you enjoyed it and picked up a few new things. Yes?
What did you say what's going to do tomorrow?
It's going to be how to have a structure to embed the learning, some kind of a structure to help people remember what you teach. All right, isn't this a nice group in here? Yeah, some of these are a little fan club. They actually came to my presentation 2 years ago and they came back. I didn't scare them away. All right, let's have our closing prayer. Father in heaven, thank you so much for each person here. I pray that you will bless each one. And Lord, I especially pray for those who are here as a respite from some very busy and stressful things on the home front. And I pray you'll be with them in an extremely special way today. Shower blessings on them, on their families. Give them a feeling of lightness now for today and for the days ahead. In Jesus' name, amen. All right. There you go. You feel like you were one of my students back in the day.
She's really young evidence is ever stubborn. So, honored. Be great that we day that you visit.